Hello, it's me, Mascot, and today I'm going to show you about making your own charcoal. So, charcoal. This one is fiber crystal. This is done by my parrots, so keep your paper stuff away from parrots. So we have charcoal from fiber crystal, and this is kind of how it looks. Yep, very soft and pleasant to work with. And then we have my own one, my own charcoal, and this one performs just as well. Very soft and pleasant to work with. Yeah, I got a little cold, so I have. I'll be sniffing a little bit here. So yeah, these perform just as well. And how do you make these? Quick explanation: you put them in some kind of metal container, and you make like a hole in it for the liquid to go out with. So it will boil out of it. Not boil, but the liquid will go out of the hole, and this one will like be better. It's like a little oven that you create, and you put this in your fire, and just wait like for 2 hours. And as you can see, I didn't put it all the way in, so this piece still is wood, but that doesn't really like matter for me. This was my first try, and it came out pretty well, you see. And the cool stuff with charcoal is you can kind of like blend it a little bit, even with your finger, like this, or you can use something like this to blend it out with. As you can see, you can create soft edges with it, and it works really cool. Now, the one little negative thing about charcoal, at least for me, is there is an extra step necessary if you're finished with your artwork and you don't want it to smudge further. You have to use fixative spray and or hair gel. Both work very well, like the sprayer one for your hair. But if you don't and you want to save this, it won't really come out too good. Like even if you have like something like this and you put another piece of paper, let me just fold this one over it to kind of like preserve it, and even if you do this, you see, it smudges, and as you can see, you create stains. So this can be really troublesome, especially if you like spend hours and hours on a painting, and then all of a sudden it smudges, and hours of work just go through the drain. So this is like a way. There is this way using fixative spray. I don't have it. I'm planning to buy it, but until now, this extra step is keeping me from like doing tons of charcoal paintings. But other than that, charcoal is really good. You can like have your dark grays, you can have your lighter grays, and especially if you use like this one, and you go like this, you can see you go darker and darker, and you have these smooth gradients from dark to light. This is like why charcoal really is a cool medium to use. And there is also this other thing that some artists use. They kind of like make some kind of spray, not spray, but powder, and you can make this pretty easily. I just took a little bit from my self-made charcoal, so I took a piece of this, and now you just have to kind of grind it down. You can use like pretty much just a stone. I'm just going to do it right here. So you just have to kind of like use something. You can use this one, mask it. Take this little big stick, just like in old times when our hunters did it, like just like make a powder out of it, like this. And the better you grind it down, the finer your powder will be, obviously. But using this powder can really be like a cool trick to make some cool gradients. Charcoal is good for gradients. So we have our powder, just use it like this. And you can even use like a brush or something like that to go further. But yeah, if you like kind of just see how fast I can make some gradients, and this can be very helpful if you're creating like a quick kind of background with this one, like this. And now you can use an eraser and start like making carvings in this. So for example, if I'm done with this right here, all I need is like a simple kneaded eraser or just a regular one. Then you just take your eraser and start like erasing some parts, for example like this. And then you can just go in again with your charcoal and kind of start making darker areas. And you can see really quickly can make very interesting little drawings like this. Kind of like making like a Bedouin, something like that. As you can see, really quick and really fun to do. You have your darks, your whites, and your grays, and you can do a lot with just the three of those values. Now I'm just going to show you also another form of charcoal. This one looks like a pencil, but actually is also a charcoal inside of it. So this isn't lead, but it's really charcoal, and you can just go and sharpen it with not with a sharpener, but with a knife. So I'll just try to do something with this one. Can also be a handful. It doesn't break as easily because there is wood around it, but still the charcoal inside really can break easily. And if you drop it, then it's also like really bad, because if it breaks, you sharpen it, you spend tons of time sharpening it, but then all of a sudden it breaks again. So yeah, keep them safe, keep them well, and they will last you pretty like a good time, especially if you don't use them as often as me. But maybe it may change once I start like using fixative spray. Maybe perhaps then charcoal will be something like like a bit more interesting for me. But it is fast. It is fast, but also much more easier to make mistakes, but also easier to like fix them because you can erase them again. So yeah, it is a fun medium, especially like these are like one of the oldest mediums on Earth. You know, uh, they used them in the Stone Age. That's how old they are. So yeah, and this is loved because it's such a popular medium because you can work with very light tones, very light tones that you can make seamless gradients with. And if you didn't notice, most of artists use mediums where you can kind of like use these lighter and like more subtle tones. Why? Because it gives you more control over your drawings overall. So that's that. But if you use something like, I don't know, markers, then you don't have as much control. Well, depends. If you add water, you can get like lighter gradients that aren't as saturated as the other ones. But still, it isn't like as easy to like make lighter tones as with some other mediums. Watercolor is fine, but then also you have your own problems with watercolor. Like it's harder to get values, stronger values. If you have cheap watercolors, then I would recommend like cheaper gouache because it gives you more range and you can water it down with water. Then it's almost like watercolor, the same thing almost. So yeah, this is kind of it. You can use your finger to smudge the shadows like this, and then you can like make really cool little gradients pretty fast. You don't need too much. You can really go in and like make sharp angles and soft angles. So I like it, but is it really for me? Still, I don't know. I'm like trying to figure things out just as you. I'm just giving you some tips on what I think about it so far. And if you haven't tried it out, I would really recommend to like maybe give it a go. As you can see, it really works fast. Especially, yeah, it's faster than if you would use like, I don't know, regular pencils. Can you cover large areas pretty quickly with it. And you can do very tiny details with it also very fast. And I think this one is done. And just like that. Alright, so that was that was it. It's getting pretty dark here. I hope it helped, and yeah, this is just one of the many lessons. If you want more, go on. This one is free, just for you to know what to expect. But things like these, where I go into the nuances, the finer details of mediums, and overall about art fundamentals and other topics. I have tons of videos on my Patreon, and there are more coming. Go there if you like this kind of style, and yeah, I'll see you guys around. Bye bye.